We have some interesting news on Hideo Kojima and his opinions on military games. Hideo Kojima says games from big studios these days are safe and tremendously boring. People who are making military games, they probably don't even know how to dismantle or a gun or shoot a gun. It's kind of sad. I do. That's because I've been doing this training and I've learned so many ways to kill people. Apparently, he did not elaborate on that. So I think this is some wild fucking news. I know Hideo Kojima also said that he will not be playing the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I think it's kind of funny, honestly. The fact that the guy did not even elaborate. He's like, "Yeah, I know how to kill people. What of it?" um, so I think this is some funny little bit of Hideo Kojima news. I mean, he's technically not wrong. Like, I guarantee most of these people who make military games, I guarantee most people at Call of Duty don't know how to freaking dismantle or shoot a gun. I guarantee they don't. I'm not saying there aren't people there who do, because might be some. But the crazy thing is like so many people act like guns are these things. It's like, oh my gosh, they're like a nuclear bomb. You one wrong step and boom. Even though that's technically not how nuclear bombs work either. Um, he's not wrong on this. I like he's really not. And like most people who make military games, they really don't understand how guns function. I mean, look at not military games, but look at Bethesda. Look at Starfield. Their guns don't function realistically at all. And I get like people like, oh, it's a freaking sci-fi game in space. Like you really expect guns to operate? I'm not talking about like guns operating like sci-fi, where like there's plasma guns and all that shit. I'm specifically talking about the mechanics of a gun. Like I saw this video where this guy broke down every single gun in Starfield. He broke them down, and the mechanics on them, the animation was just like, that's not how guns work. Gotta appreciate Call of Duty for this though. Like they do have pretty accurate animations for guns. Look at games like fucking Starfield. You look at their gun animations, and you're like, what meth head made this shit? A lot of people don't understand that. Just getting a little bit of firsthand knowledge on a topic could give you substantial benefits when making a game based on a story, like based on like a specific genre or something. Like I'm learning so much about nuclear waste and all that because I think, well, one, I think is nuclear energy and all that. That's a very fascinating topic, and I can go on hour-long tangents about nuclear energy, fission and fusion, and how safe they are and all that. But that's a different subject for a different day. I think I think he is completely right, honestly. Like I don't really disagree with Hideo Kojima on this. I think I think it's funny that he said he knows many ways to kill people and refused to elaborate. I I think that's a great way to end a a conversation. But like he is right. There are so many people who make games in general who they don't know really what, like, they don't really like military games. They don't know military procedures, unit formations. They don't know communication in how one big form of communication is you don't say repeat on the radio. You could get chewed out pretty bad or kill someone. And there's no in between or both, actually, honestly. It's either one or the other or both. So I guess there is technically an in between. But there's a lot of things like people don't take into account, like little bits of detail, and like especially with movies. Oh boy, inaccuracy and infinite ammunition in movies pisses me off. It's one of the things, like so many things, like people who don't take into account these small details, or like they don't take into account these small details. They don't take account like little aspects that like that might seem like small. That might seem small and is insignificant, but like overall, there are some subjects and some things and some topics and some genres that need all this little bit of detail, all this little bit of attention, in which it will define and create a better overall experience. Like I always cringe when I see any game with any military aspect in it, and they don't behave like actual soldiers. They behave like Hollywood soldiers, which is completely different. Like one of my favorite shows and novels is The Terminal List. It's one because it's written by a freaking Navy SEAL, so he understands military operation procedures and formations and conversation, communication. And he understands that better than most people, and he puts that into his books, which is what I love so much about it. Is because it's completely not. It's like it's an authentic military story, but overall, I do think this is kind of funny news about Hideo Kojima, and I'm honestly, he's right. So I almost missed this part. Hideo Kojima also said means most games. He thinks the most interesting work is happening among indies. He's right, and I'm glad he said that. While watching Summer Game Fest, he felt like everything involving fighting an alien monster or medieval monster, which he's not wrong. Even the visuals and the systems are pretty much the same. A lot of people enjoy this, and I understand, but it's important to put something really new out there for the industry. And he's right. He's right, dude. Like Hideo Kojima is completely right on this. Like I didn't even realize this. So this is probably gonna be like a freaking 12-minute long video because almost every game we're seeing now, like I guarantee one in every four games now is a freaking Dark Souls or Souls like game. And it's like you're fighting these big monsters that are meant to be unbeatable, but like you're this badass warrior who has to struggle and like work through this truly difficult game. And yes, I have my hat off. I don't really care. But it is kind of ridiculous how these it's so ridiculous. Like innovation is a big part of every industry, and yet it seems like games and movies in particular really like they once they hit a certain threshold, they act like there's no more to improve on, nothing else. So many start regressing in many senses. But uh like Hideo Kojima he's right. Like when you look at most games, like you see most games, they kind of feel and look the same in some sense. They have very similar aspects. And it's like, come on, dude. It's like come on, man. um it's ridiculous, dude. There's so much depth in games. Like one thing I don't see anymore is more games like Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter. I want more games like that. Like I have dozens upon dozens of games for PS3 and Xbox 360, and those eras, they had so much variety of games. There was so much variety, so much depth, so much unique elements. Like we got Gears of War and Halo, Uncharted. We had Mortal Kombat games. We had the Little Big Planet games, which were revolutionary, which were squandered by the companies. There's so much innovation in that time, and yet for some reason, when technology advances in games and all that, in movies and in entertainment as a whole, people act like, oh, suddenly none of that means we can improve our storytelling or improve how we tell stories and all that. It's just let's copy and paste, let's copy and paste, let's copy and paste. It's like stop that. There's innovation. Indie devs understand this, and dude, there's so many great games from indie devs, and I could list off a mountain of them. I absolutely love indie games. Like there's this one game called Surrounded, and it's a low poly post-apocalyptic zombie game, and I love it because it's low poly. It's a kind of more unique art style. Granted, low poly is frequently used now, but I'm so tired of especially realism, like visually, I'm so tired of this realistic or this gritty look. I want this freaking elaborate, colorful, freaking artistic game that's visually stimulating. Like Little Big Planet 1 and 2 were freaking colorful games. They were artistic, they were vibrant, they had a brighter feeling to them, a more joyous feeling to them. While there's so many games that are just so grounded in realism, it's like, come on, there's so much more games can do. And another thing I've noticed, we are lacking innovation in in game engines, because and I've been learning code. I've been learning code and all that. It's quite fascinating and all that. Not easy by any means. Um, especially if you don't know what the you're doing. But I know that if I ever would want to build a game engine, it would take so long, especially based on the knowledge I have now, which is it would take so long for any form of that. But the ridiculous thing about this is so many games utilize the same four engines. Either we get you you Unity, fucking I almost said Ubisoft. Either you get Unity or Unreal Engine, or now what's that one that kind of popped up for a little while and then fell down because the community managers were idiots and blacklisting people for having different politics. Um, I don't remember. They're irrelevant now, so they're irrelevant because of their own arrogance. I don't even remember the name. Um, no. Anyway, that's beside the point. So many games that utilize Unreal Engine. Don't get me wrong. There are some things that are just visually, it's like, holy crap, this is a video game. There are moments like that. Like in Red Dead 2. I when I was on a mountainside, and I was looking down a cliff, and it was towards the epilogue. It was in the epilogue when I was looking for Arthur's grave. Arthur's grave in it. And um I stopped on one of the largest mountains in the game, and I overlooked the whole map, and I was just in awe. That is a great thing. However, my issue is I don't like how that's almost every game. I want more cartoonish graphics, more outlandish kind of like designs for characters, stuff like that. Like It Takes Two had a unique design, and I hear that's a pretty loved game. I have not yet played it, and I really want to actually try it. But like, there's so many games that are uh, that I have like Fable, Fable, the art style for Fable 1, 2, and 3. Oh my gosh, that was so great. Freaking, there's just so many games. Brutal Legend, dude, Brutal freaking Legend, which it's such a fun game. Honestly, it's underrated in my opinion. Uh its art style wasn't realistic. Games used to come out on 360 and PS3 with these art styles. Like they were so there's so much. Oh man, there's so many people who just like copy and paste, and it's ridiculous, and I'm tired of it. Anyway, that's all I've actually got for this video. So if you guys want to feel free, give your opinions down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.